Okay, here's what I thought. Okay. That I would wear. Don't you film me just from the head up. My black skirt, red bra, or a stripy shirt. Pink sweater with a stripy shirt. Dear Frederic, of course there are things about meeting you in person that scare me. I wonder, why is it I think of you after all these years? If we meet, will the answer come to light? I wonder what you'll think of me, not just as a woman or a friend, but as a parent too. Perhaps I am afraid of being judged as a mother. Being a mother is a reflection of who I am. Frederic, the kids can be a huge pain in the ass sometimes, but I love them so very much and they mean the world to me. I understand too that you are taking a big risk if you travel to Saskatoon. You put it well in words, leaving your country, friends, language. So I'm happy that you're considering coming. And I hope that you decide to come to our wacky house. Too big? Too fluffy?
That's nice.
Is it too big and fluffy? Heels. I think that you are the type of person that does take risks, right, Frederic? As for me, I have taken risks, but not without having the fear attached. I know these risks turn out to be the most rewarding in my life. You know, going back to university, leaving nursing behind was the best thing I did for myself. I was feeling very defeated about myself after divorce, and I was able to gain a new confidence through developing my interests and challenging my mind. I have found that I question life and its meaning more so since I turned 40. Perhaps that's what it's meant by midlife crisis. Although I hardly think that asking a fundamental question about life should be considered a crisis. Take care of yourself. Love, Cathy. Okay, Maureen. It's airport time. It's date time. (1983). I traveled throughout Southeast Asia and the South Pacific, and I met him in Thailand, Phuket, Thailand. And there he was, this handsome young man, and we had a week-long we met for a week. We only knew each other for a week, but it was a wonderful week. I can clearly remember the day that he was leaving and I was still staying on in Phuket. And he said to me at the beach, I was going to go snorkeling for the day, and I had all my snorkeling gear, and he said to me, I said, oh, this is sad you're going. And he said, no, I don't really like to say goodbye. And he said, no, we're not going to say goodbye. He said, that's it, you know, I'm not going to say goodbye. I'll see you again. I thought, oh yeah, sure. And then I came back, and Dwayne and I had gotten married in May of 1986. Somehow he found me, and he came in September of 1986. Yeah, Dwayne and I were newlyweds. He acted with integrity and honor and so on, and as he said in the letter, he respected my marriage, and you know, it was a nice visit. But the day he went to say goodbye, I had picked him up and drove him to the outskirts of town and said goodbye and gave him this big hug, and yeah, he quite remembers that. He said it was a really intense moment for him, and yeah, he went on his way and never heard from him again. He put me out of his mind, according to his letter, and moved on. But I didn't. I mean, I thought about him over the years, but I was married and I was raising kids. After Dwayne and I had split up, I phoned him to see if he was still alive, and he was. And you know, we had a short conversation, and I think I wrote him a letter. He said I did. I don't recall that. But anyway, I guess I wrote him a letter, and he never wrote back. So you know, time went by, and then I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and saying, you know, I'm still thinking about this guy. I wonder if I should write him again. So I called to see if he was still at that address, and he was, and I didn't have a long conversation. I just said, well, I'm going to write you again, Frederic. And he said, okay, yeah. And so I wrote him a letter, and he wrote back, and we've been writing ever since. And then one letter he wrote and said, you know, my nephew took an English as a second language in Australia, and that gave me an idea. Why don't I come to Saskatoon and take English as a second language? Did I not ask if you guys were okay with it? Did we not have a family meeting?
Yeah, but it was like for 5 minutes because none of us were paying attention.
Well, you snooze, you lose, so that's the way it goes. You gave your consent. But anyway, now that you've given your consent and it's only 16 days till he comes, what do you think about that?
I truly and honestly, I don't really care.
You don't care?
No. I'll probably like avoid him or something. I'll be like, oh my god.
That could be. Well, wouldn't it be nice to have somebody that would be
A stepdad?
No, not a stepdad. You already have a dad. You have one dad. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
What's your relationship like with your dad, Haley?
Not that great.
How come?
Because I, like, never see him.
So is it possible that it could be kind of nice to have a man around that might want to do stuff with you?
No.
It'd be kind of hard.
I've gotten used to it. I can sleep in the same bed as him. That's disgusting.
I didn't say. How do I know?
The look on your face, you're like...
I have no idea, Haley. I mean, how would I know whether we're going to sleep together or not? He does have an open ticket. So, I mean, if things don't go well, and, you know, it's just kind of this really awkward, uncomfortable situation, he doesn't have to finish his course. What if you really like him?
Okay. I'll tell you what I think about Frederic.
Okay.
I think it's creepy. And it's icky.
Well, I didn't think that she'd think it was so creepy and... What was the other word? Creepy and... Gross. That's good. But I mean, she is 13, so... I don't know. Maybe that's... I think it is scary for her. I mean, so, like she said, some guy down the hall.
You're starting to question yourself?
Perhaps.
Hey, Devin. Why don't you sit down and talk to me for a few minutes?
Nah.
Like 1 minute.
I gotta go.
Just show her your face, at least, so we know that there's an actual Devin that lives here.
You're the one looking forward to it the most.
I didn't see. Well, no, we're not talking about looking forward to it. We're talking about whether or not what you think about all this, right?
I don't know, it's fine with me.
You don't have any concerns or questions or anything?
Not really. No concerns or questions at all? No. As long as he's not crazy.
Okay. Okay, what about Devin, you think? Or
What about Devin? Devin's not going to come back here. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
There's 1 week left until Frederic arrives. So it's coming down. Before it was just kind of this, it wasn't really reality. Now a week left, and I think the reality of the situation is starting to reveal itself. And I was thinking, okay, I mean, I
I initiated our letter writing because I wrote him. And what if I'm wrong? What if he gets here and then, cheers, and we meet up in the airport and you know, we see each other and it's kind of this instantaneous, oh my God. What did I see in him, or what did she see in me, or wait, how does that go? Are we going to be able to communicate well? Because, I mean, he does speak English well, but I mean, are we going to be able to have intellectual conversations about politics and life and all those things that I need to talk about?
We're so early for the airport. We've got a whole hour there. And I didn't put deodorant on. Oops. I just remember, you know, isn't it funny when you think back about your memories? I don't know, what do you think when you know when you have that memory from way back when of somebody? Do you really remember you don't really remember the exact things, right? You just sort of remember, the overall emotion, right? You don't remember exactly what you did. Except that I do remember we were on the beach, and I remember when he first kissed me on the beach. It was, you know, the wave came along and hit us. We miscalculated the waves. So, anyway, that's about... No, I don't remember a whole lot of the exact details of what we did for that week. God. Yes, I'm nervous. Can't you tell? I'm just like... Okay, shall I put on a real philosophical... No. Who am I, Maureen? Who am I, Maureen? Oh my God. I have to find my true identity in 2 kilometers or less. Okay, so here we are at the arrival gate, checking out the times. Air Canada Flight 273 from Toronto at gate A1, which I didn't realize we had more than one gate at Saskatoon Airport, is delayed. We have at least a half an hour. Want to have a game of cards? A little game of strip poker? I am nervous because I'm rambling, so... Let's talk about something meaningful. Yes, let's talk about something meaningful. Am I unflushed now?
Cathy for the third time, but it's 18 years ago. Later, 18 years later. So, yeah, it's a long time.
So what were you thinking when you were on the plane and you knew you were going to be landing soon? What was going through your head?
Yeah, I think, can I recognize Cathy?
Did she send me the right photo?
So yeah, for chance I have some photo, and the photo was not too old, so I came with 80 kilo of luggage. with all my tools.
So what do you think about the fact that we're making a documentary about you coming here?
About this movie?
Yeah.
Huh? What I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it surprised me a lot because I am not a movie star. I have a motorcycle accident, September 2002. So I have time to write letter to Cathy. Yeah, I have time to think about this accident, my life, and so. And one day I decide to come.
So when are you going to be meeting the teenagers?
Today I saw Devon. Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Just came for pick up something. So it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
But then we have to go out, so you can meet them for a short time,
For
and then we
short,
can go
yeah.
away, and we can come back.
Anyway, it's better to start slowly with the teenager. Take time. I don't worry about this teenager. So let's be okay. All teenagers are the same in the world.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. So. I want to see if one accept a Swiss in his home.
That's right. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Maureen, it's Cathy calling. I know that you are in Vancouver and it is Thursday the 30th, and I just thought I'd give you a quick update. I'm heading off, Frederic and I are heading off to Edmonton in about a half an hour. The kids are rebelling and don't want to spend any time. Haley said she's not ready to go on holidays with Frederic. The boys have said some rather derogatory things. Anyway, it's, I guess it's just the two of us going to Edmonton rather than the whole family. So I have mixed feelings, but that's just the way it goes, and I'm going to go and enjoy his company. And we'll be back on the 2nd. So I hope things are well, and I'll talk to you when we get back. Okay, bye. Happy New Year.
I'd like her to be herself.
What's she doing?
I don't know, what does she do? She doesn't talk. She walks. She mopes. She mopes. That's what she does. She mopes.
So why do you think she's doing that?
She's for a few reasons. I think she's. I think we talked about this. I think she's threatened by Frederic. I mean, here's her mom, and she. Okay, this is off camera. About this, you know. Here I am. I'm in a new role now. I'm actually having sex with a man. She hasn't encountered that before. What else? I don't know. It's just an adjustment, I think. Oh, I've got a magic product. SOS.
Excuse me, I need to take.
SOS. See? SOS.
SOS, yeah.
Save our soul. Save our soul. Okay. Let's go sit down and have a drink. Oh, I wanted to show you what I got. They're lovely though, aren't they? See?
Beautiful.
I think these are from India. Didn't you say they were from India?
So Cathy,
Yes.
what does that mean to you, the fact that he hung on to those gifts all these years and then now you get them, and you had seen him when he was on that particular trip, didn't you? You saw him when he came to Canada?
Yes, I did.
So what does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me? He gives me the gifts from a long time ago. Special.
That's kind of an understatement, isn't it? I don't know. It's hard to put in words.
Try.
Meaningful plus. First, okay.
So tell us what we're
Repairs by
doing here.
Frederic.
What are we doing here?
We're going to do a tour of the house. And Frederic has encountered many surprises since he's been here, so he's adjusted those, right?
Yes.
Treasures, isn't that it? Treasures. You found many treasures. So the fridge. You start with the fridge. See the bottom of the fridge? Now there is a bottom on the fridge. Before that, there was no bottom on the fridge. My mother's going to love this because you can actually open these cupboards now and nothing falls out when you open the cupboards. Okay? This one too. You can actually open this one and there's a place for my booze. I think we have to stock that up. Okay. This is the most important of the cupboards. Okay, ready? Zoom in. Look. It's the magic stairs. So, wood, new shelves. Look, a place for everything. You know, you can just jump right in any time, Frederic, and give your explanation about the things that you've done and continue to do.
Okay, I want to get a shot of this tools here.
Tools. Okay, and this is a pet peeve of the kids, I must admit. Well, how come Frederic can leave his stuff laying around and we have to pick everything up? And look at, he leaves his goddamn tools everywhere. What else, Frederic? Help me out. Oh, yes, this. The ceiling. I had a big hole in the ceiling. Now look at, isn't that quaint? So, what else, Frederic? Help me out here. Should we go upstairs? What else did you do down here? Oh yeah. You put, you know, it's just that this is, you know, little things that add up to be big things.
Hi, Haley.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. So I just wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes about Frederic being here and how you feel about things so far and everything. So what's been happening?
Well, I don't really like him at all, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Yeah, I just don't, like, I really don't want him in my house.
Really? That must be hard then. For you.
'Cause he, like, makes me and my brothers, like, really mad all the time.
What does he do?
He just does stupid things and he's always, like, telling us what to do, and he's not our dad and he never will be.
So how do you deal with the fact that you don't like him but you have to live with him?
Ignore him.
Like, do you think you can just ignore him for the whole 3 months he's here?
Yeah.
That's what you plan to do? So have you talked about this with your mom at all?
No.
That's why you didn't want her here on the interview? What's your reason for not wanting to talk with her about it?
Well, she's always, like, on his side. And, like, all three of us totally dislike him.
But do you think your mom should choose men based on who her kids like?
No, but I don't, like, sometimes doesn't even seem like she cares about us anymore.
In what way?
Because, like, we'll say something or whatever, and then she'll be like, oh, we'll just try to fit in or whatever, like that. And we tell her so many times. And she'll, like, ignore us. So,
Because if he left, don't you think your mom would be sad?
yeah, but she'd get over it.
I should be worried, but part of me is not, because I'm kind of pissed off in a way. Because I have not done anything for myself except go to school, which is ultimately for their benefit.
I have not had men here. I have not had someone in my life, and it's time. No. And I don't understand, I want something for me. I want somebody to take care of me for a while. I want somebody to come in and help out around here and give me support. And I haven't had that in a long time. I just feel it's being a bit selfish on their part. That they have to see that I have needs too, and it's time that I had them met. And this is the opportune time, and I don't want to jeopardize the relationship that Frederic and I have. And I want them to understand that they have to make a commitment to trying to make this work too. Well, they don't have to, well, obviously, because Haley's not, but I would like to see them try and do that too. So. Yeah, and it's not easy. Look at what I'm living in. I mean, this is chaos right now. So not only am I having chaos and I know that it drives Frederic crazy because he actually admitted it to that last night, that he's never lived in a situation like this either. And I can tell that he, has things have their place for him. I'm not saying that this is right. I'm saying that this is the downfall of single parenting. You don't have the energy to deal with the things that you need to deal with, so you cut what you can out of that parenting. Those parenting. What's the word I'm looking for? Those parenting requirements. The things that you need to do as a parent. Some things you just don't do. And one of them is getting the kids to help out around the house. So that has to change, and I think that they are resentful to that because I think they see it as change that he's introduced, but it's change that I wanted to do but haven't had the support. I don't talk to my friends about that. I don't, it's not something that I have support to do. Now I have the support that I can actually engage in that kind of strategy, in getting them on, because it's going to help them for their future. It's not just for me in this household, but it's for their future relationships. I mean, these are just life skills that I haven't taught them, so that's my feeling as a parent, but I just couldn't do it all. No. So, come in. This is Devin and Graham's room. Watch your step. And as you can tell, as you look around, they too are neat freaks and totally organized, and yes, they love their space. And there's Frederic with the drill again. Okay. Oh yeah, and this over here is Devin wrote a poem. Well, I don't know if it's a poem or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. He wrote this just after we got home from Edmonton, where they boycotted the trip. Mm-hmm. They didn't go to Edmonton because Devin gave me an ultimatum, which I didn't realize at the time was an ultimatum until I got home. He said to me on the phone, well, if Frederic goes to Edmonton, I'm not going. That was an opportunity to have a fun time, to go to Edmonton, to go to the water park. Well, no, because Graham had his thing on, but to go to the amusement park at West Edmonton Mall, to spend time with Tina and Steve, to have fun, to have dinner made for you, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, if Frederic is going, I'm not going. So that was basically his ultimatum to me. And he told me this when I got back, that, Mom, I gave you a choice. It was either Frederic or I, and you chose Frederic. That's exactly what he said. And I said, well, no, this is not about choosing Frederic or you, because you are not in this. You cannot compare apples to oranges, and this is not, Frederic is not in the same category as you are. You are my child, and I will love you forever, no matter what. And that love is different than what a man and a woman have between one another. And he just really was grappling with that in his mind, why I would actually need somebody in my life. Why I don't need somebody. Why I would want someone in my life. He said, oh, it's all about the sex. I say, well, yeah, actually that does play a fairly, the physical aspect is important in a relationship. And he actually thought that him and Graham would be able to give me the support
the family, that would be all encompassing, that I would only need to have my family and my friends, and that's it.
Listen. Thanks. Can I use this for a bit?
Yes, for sure. Good to see.
See if I can fix that Xbox.
And the significance of that was?
Communication.
Big adjustments with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
But good?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but good.
Because it's a big change for me, for them.
It's a big change for them, big change for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
For everybody, it's a big change.
Yeah.
To accept everybody have his place in his family. So I bring some trouble probably.
Well, I think it was meant to happen. Well, I mean, you know, if after 21 years or whatever, someone can, there's still something there, enough of a connection to make the meeting and work on things. I think it should be. Yes. Yeah. I think he's a really nice guy. I like him. I'd say there's one major challenge, and I think everybody is not denying that. The kids.
And, you know, one thing I've always loved about our friendship is that, and I find, you know, our lives are busy, but it doesn't matter. We can make that call, and we're there. That's right. You know, nothing has changed, and I've always loved that about our friendship. And, you know, since we're on tape, I'm just going to tell the world just how proud I am of you, and that you are a friend. I'm serious. I am so proud of you. I have been proud of you. You know, what you took on board, you know, as a single parent, basically, really, that single mom, and going to school and following your dreams of becoming the person that you're meant to be, and just everything that has happened. And I gotta tell you, I love the way your house looks. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I can't wait to see what happens when you get a paycheck.
Seems like what is happening is she seems to deal with it pretty good, because like the way she explains it is like dreadful, sort of. And she seems to handle it really well. So
How do you think she's handling it well?
well, she's trying to go normal, but she's kind of been different lately. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with her without her telling me, because she won't. So I don't know. I think she's dealing with it, but she doesn't exactly like it, because I don't know. I don't think I would either at all. Well, one night she called me and she was really like having a little breakdown, and kind of helped her through it, right? A little bit. I don't know. Was like gonna come over to your house. That was funny.
At like 9.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock at night. My dad was like gonna start the car. It was great, but she's I don't know, just acting weird lately.
The thing is, everybody was like telling me how to deal with it in like different ways when I didn't want to. But like this way, it makes me more like sober than if I was doing it the other way. Oh, not sober. But like down to earth than if I was taking it like the way that I wouldn't want to take it, you know?
Okay, the party's almost over. Frederic's still awake. He's still alive. So what did you think?
Have a good night.
know if I don't even know if I said anything.
So you say nothing.
Well, I just assume that when you leave that you're going to a museum that you come home for dinner, is what I assume.
Yeah.
No. But obviously, one should never assume, right?
Boys! Get up here right now! Right now!
It's illegal. Willis and Devin, go.
You showered every day. I
Can
mean,
we get to the point here?
Yeah, we can get to the point, and the point is, I get a. What time is it? It's 8:30. Ask Maureen and Frederic about dinner tonight.
How was dinner?
But no, I'm serious. I make a really nice dinner, and I wait and I wait and I wait because you guys are supposed to come home. And then nobody shows up, and then I get a phone call at 8 o'clock. Who's ever bored can leave besides Devin and Graham.
What?
Okay, I'll tell you what then. Saturday and Sundays is dinner. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is dinner at 5:30.
How about Wednesday, Tuesday, and Sunday?
Well, I don't get
Actually,
home
no,
from work
how about-
until 6 o'clock. From Monday to Thursday, I do not get home until 6
Well, we
o'clock.
can eat dinner at 6:30.
Okay, who's going to cook it?
You.
No. I work all damn day.
Make hot dogs. So we go to school
No,
all
I'm not
day?
eating hot dogs.
You want me to write to Chad's, please?
Your father can give you a ride to
No,
He's
you
gonna
just
be
said if I
30
went and
minutes.
did your little interview poo,
I didn't say anything about the interview.
I can go to Chad. You give me a ride.
I did
So
not.
I'm taking a quick shower, Mom, and then can you please give me a ride?
When your dad gets here, he can give you a ride there.
Why don't you
See when they
stop lying to people all the time to get your way and give me my ride like you said you would?
I do not lie to people to get
Yeah, well,
away.
you just did.
No.
You lie all the time.
Excuse me? You can look up Muriel's
You
number.
don't give me a ride. I'm never doing anything. I'm not abiding by your stupid dinner plans or anything.
Pardon me?
I'll buy my own hot dogs for my $2.50 and then I'll eat them all day.
This is where the kids used to toboggan. Right here? Right here. See the toboggan? You know that Frederic is shy on camera and doesn't want to talk about emotional issues, so...
You want just talking.
So I'll just talk now.
I just listen. Huh?
Okay, I'll just tell you
Good.
that
Right.
I was really pleased to hear that you're staying longer because I have found that this winter has been not really a winter. No, it's been wonderful having you. And I think, I know that it's difficult with the kids. I know that. And it's difficult with the school and making changes in the house and all that kind of stuff. And it's demanding with your time. But I think we've done really well. I think given the circumstances that we're under, I think we managed to have fun. I mean, I do. I think you do too. Thanks for coming. And I'm glad you're staying a little while longer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and I didn't say that, before, but or maybe I have.
I think so.
I think I have. Yeah. And you wouldn't be staying unless you wanted to stay. Just because you bring your tools doesn't mean that you have to park them there. Right? You can pack them up and leave. Mm-hmm. Right? Right away, just wait.
What?
Just in a minute. Okay. I'll call the boys. Devin and Graham! Dinner!
Mom,
What?
where is he?
I don't know, we have to listen to Maureen. Woo! Whoops, I almost wore the grading. Oh my.
So hot in here.
It's hot. Okay. No, I almost wore the
I
grading.
feel like it's chocolate milk.
I made myself.
You want chocolate milk, Devin?
Mom, I don't like sitting back here.
Oh well.
Look at this fish.
Mm-hmm. Frederic, why don't you cut open that fish? Oh, look, though, just for you. Chicken, so you don't have to eat.
Steaks in here.
Big fish.
Oh.
Mom, do you have the butter, please?
Well, there you go. Oh, something different. Pardon me? That's butter, Haley.
Margarine.
Huh?
Have some margarine, please,
See, you
Mom.
need
Causes
knife
cancer.
to cut the...
What do you need?
What are you talking? What's wrong with that?
It's
No, it's
sharp
not.
knife.
Probably.
This kind of knife? I don't know if that's sharp enough. Try. I don't know how to cut it. You cut it. Anyone wants the chicken? Huh?
Yes.
Devin?
He can stay.
You alright?
Yeah?
I just baked it up. It's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
I don't like fish.
And the drink?
This is excellent fish. Thank you. You'd rather eat the ranch?
You want the hot dog?
Yes, please.
Oh, I'm eating hot dog right now.
Is it that bad?
Yeah.
Thank you. What is your problem today?
Nothing, it was just retarded.
You're retarded.
So that was just retarded. I'm eating chicken.
Okay, and that was just rude.
Good.
You were being totally rude. Thank you.
I'm done.
Would you like to... You alright, Devin?
Yeah?
That's a good idea to put the almonds in there. Nuts and fish. It's distracting having so much positive energy at the table. So if you haven't eaten that chicken, don't throw it in the garbage bin.
Holy shit, they're making enough noise.
Oh, I need these. Thanks for dinner, Mom. You're welcome. So, dinner's over. You witnessed the nice family Sunday dinner of just riff with conversation and love and sentiment, right? Yeah.
So, we haven't had an update for a while on how things are going with Frederic and you and the kids, and so how are things going?
Okay, well, you can cut that into sections. Frederic and I are getting along wonderfully. Frederic and the kids, no, it's not going well. Well, actually, I asked him last night, so Frederic, do you like my children or not? And he said, I can't tell you whether I like them or not, because how will I know? We never have any conversation, we never have an interaction. He said they ignore me all the time. I don't know what it would do to my character to reside in a household where you are continually ignored, or, you know, it's not an overt, yeah, it is overt. Anyway, I don't know how much I could manage. But him and I seem to, I don't know if that makes up for it. He knew at the onset when he came here that it would take time, that teenagers, you know, he'd been forewarned by numerous people, friends or family in Switzerland, that teenagers are not the easiest to deal with.
So you haven't made a formal announcement about Frederic deciding to stay past the end of March?
No, I haven't. I mentioned it to Graham and said, you know, he has a 6-month visiting visa, that will be up in June, the beginning of June, I think, right? Some give or take. Anyway, I haven't told Haley. She asks me almost every night when I say goodnight to her. Some nights she doesn't say goodnight to me because she's decided that she should be snotty to me as well as to Frederic. So that's causing a rift between her and I mean, she just gets really... Haley, I need to talk to you for a minute by yourself. You can send Danielle downstairs.
Go downstairs.
Hey, Danielle. Well, I don't want to talk about that. Well, anyway, I wanted to tell you that yesterday Frederic and I had a talk at the river. And he actually and I have decided that he'll stay for a little bit longer. He's not going to leave the end of March. That's very dramatic. Thank you. Well done. You have a big goose egg on your head. So it's going to be a little bit longer.
I don't want him to stay any longer.
Don't stir. Well, I know that.
None of us do, but you.
Well, Graham doesn't mind. He doesn't care. Devin doesn't seem to have any opinion one way or the other. So it's you, just you.
Well, how long is he staying for?
Well, he has a 6-month visa which expires January, February, March, April, 1st of June.
He's gonna stay for another 2 months?
Yes.
Why?
Because him and I have something going on here.
Please don't tell me you're gonna marry him.
I don't know. It's only been 2.5 months. You don't make those decisions in 2.5 months.
Why can't I just leave at the end of March?
Because he brought his tools.
Because he brought his tools. Oh yeah, that's a real big reason.
Well, because he wants to. Because I want him to stay, and he wants to stay.
I don't want to know him. I don't want to like him.
Well, you know what's happening is there's some conflict going on between you and I as a result of this, and I want you to think about that. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to say, "Oh, I'm not going to like Frederic, and I don't want anything to do with him," but it's another thing.
True.
Okay, but it's another thing when it starts interfering with our relationship, and you start treating me in
How
a
can it
similar
not
fashion.
interfere with our relationship?
Well, if
when
you're
there's
treating
some
me-
guy. Never mind.
You can finish your thought.
No, I don't know.
There's some guy in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what this is all about?
Man, you guys stay up till like midnight talking and like laughing and shit and keep me up.
So we talk and laugh. That's what
Yeah,
people
we
do.
talk too loud. And we can't fall asleep, especially in the room like next to you, which is me.
Well, I can get you those ear things.
Well, I'd rather not have the ear things.
Well, isn't it better that I stay up and talk and laugh than? Isn't it better that I laugh with somebody and have fun? Isn't that an
Yeah, well,
invitation?
can you do it at a different time when everybody's not trying to go to bed?
Well, okay, fine. We can figure something. We can work on that. Would that make you happier?
A little, but it's still not going to make me happy. Yeah, well, I'm leaving now because I have a friend over.
Okay. I'll talk to you later about this.
Yep.
All right. See ya. Okay.